All right, y'all. So I wasn't sure if he was going to respond or anytime soon, being that he is doing an actual food tour, which is something new that he is doing. And if you guys don't know how big this guy is, I mean, you really got to do your research. But Keith Lee has responded, and I'm not even going to do any editing on his response except for to insert commentary here and there to keep up with YouTube's, criteria. He did a good job on his own. Um, Here we go.
To be honest, there's not much to talk about, but there are a few conflated and confused things that's going around about the situation. So let's talk about them. 3 days ago, me and my family went to Sweetly Seasoned Food Truck. Number one, nobody had any idea we was coming. They found out we was in Dallas like everybody else found out we was in Dallas because we was posting videos in Dallas. So in hopes of us coming, they had t-shirts made and they was on live all day. So me and my family wasn't in cahoots with none of this. We was all under the impression that they were a team and this was a normal routine for them. The barber being there, the braider being there, family being there, a lot of people being there. This is our first time here. We are customers. We have no idea what's going on behind the scenes. Number two, I was never under the impression that haircuts was free. Again, my family was watching the lives. We knew that he was cutting hair for 40.
Okay, for someone who doesn't have a restaurant, this helps me to understand a little bit more of how all that went down. They got together, they were advocating, they were wearing t-shirts. They were hoping that he come out and visit the spot. And with the drama that's going on with these different situations, I'm starting to see more things posted on social media that shows me that when Keith Lee shows up in someone's city, state, or area, that people do a lot of things on social media to try to get his attention to get him to come to their restaurant, such as what was going on in this situation. And you know what's crazy about this is that when you go back and look at the situation, look at the video when he pulled up all those people out there, they shouldn't have had a marketing issue, to be honest with you. But I can almost guarantee you that the most time that they really came together like that is because they wanted to get the exposure from that one day from Keith Lee coming out there when they actually could have been working together on a regular basis. When you look at this whole situation and you look at how that woman really turned on everybody and saying, "Oh, those were my son friends, and she shouldn't have been there. She shouldn't have been out there." When really these women came, the woman put on the sweet, whatever her name of her sweet whatever t-shirt campaign, helped her lobby, went in there and worked on her food truck. She could have been doing that for her brother's barbershop business and just came out to the area. It still would have been getting traction to the area. I mean, at the end of the day, she didn't have to also go inside of the trailer and help, or the food truck, and help her with the food service. That woman was the only person working in there in the actual food truck, which now that we have more information, like she said, we have all the information. We understand that she don't even really get no business, so it really don't take nobody else in there helping her. But on this day, when you trying to get Keith Lee in there, and when he pull up and he see all these people out here, as if you got all these customers on a regular day or even that day, you needed help. And the woman went back there to help you. She was wearing your t-shirt. She was advocating for you. She was on your social media, which I went and followed her on TikTok and Instagram. And the woman has a pretty good following her doggone self. And I'm going to show y'all the video that she posted. So she also helped get traction to Keith Lee, even though Keith Lee did post the son's video. You're not going to sit here and tell me, because I know how the algorithm and everything works, that the girl's video did not also help. I mean, it's just wild the way that this woman behaved, and Keith Lee's reaction, honestly, at the end of the day, says it all. And I mean, from what we understand, she's done now, but let's see what her reaction is going to be once she sees, because she said, Keith Lee tells me, but come on, sis, it's too late. You had one shot. You're not a baby. You're a grown ass woman, and this is the choice that you made. Like, come on. It shouldn't even been like that.
So when we walked up and I said I want to get $1,000 to the barber to do free haircuts and $1,000 to the braider to braid hair, it was because in the original video, the son said it was slow due to marketing. That's marketing. God willingly, after we post the video, there will be a line out the door. If there's a line out the door and there's a barber and a braider doing hair while people are waiting, that's marketing. So again, it's in the hood. You play some music, you cutting hair, you braiding hair, y'all all sitting out, y'all having fun. It's a parking lot barbecue. So again, we don't know the behind the scenes if they knew each other, if they did know each other. And the reason why I didn't pay everybody individually, the interaction that you see looked longer than what it was. It was really only like a 5-minute interaction. Within that 5 minutes, 30 to 40 people pulled up. They was pulling up in droves. That parking lot was getting deep fast. And for me and my family's safety in general, I don't ever carry cash around. And 9 times out of 10, if we tip, we always do it through the POS system. And even if we wanted to do it a different way, Zelle and Apple Pay wasn't an option because it was 4 or 5 people at the same time on live. So for safety reasons, they wouldn't be able to say their phone numbers or their personal information out loud. And as far as them taking my phone and putting their number in on Zelle themselves, I wouldn't hand my personal phone to nobody. So the POS system was the option that made the most sense. I've learned through this journey that sometimes it's deeper than the food, it's deeper than the market.
You know, I said in my original video to this that when he said divvy it up, you know, how you choose, that he was really saying, you know, he said clearly how he wanted it to be distributed. I mean, he just affirmed that. But when he said divvy it up how you choose, it mean that he meant the distribution process, like how you're going to give them the funds. But as he's explaining why it was difficult to give everybody their own, you know, monies, I can see that. Cameras everywhere, people's business, blah, 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 safety. I don't know how that's going to be remedied in the future, because for us, well, at least for me, the immediate solution that came to my mind was give everybody their monies individually. But it definitely can't be cash. And how are you going to give several different people their money when you got to exchange information somehow? But everybody's all around that can get that information. And it's just not as simple as saying, well, they could just know, because there's so many ears and eyes around that can really do things just by hearing your information. Trust me. Now, I don't know, but this is his journey, and clearly it's meant for him to be just like it is for what's the guy named David, the one that's doing the walk. Guys, literally, I do a what you call that when you put it on hold for 30 days on Facebook? That guy just popped up. He's still walking. He like in Louisiana somewhere. The one that said God, he was like a MMA fighter, a boxer or something. And he said God told him to go walk and all that. He's still doing it. I mean,
it's deeper than the customer service. And this is one of those cases, in my opinion. Sweetly Season got a lot to figure out, and I thank God in advance that they do figure it out. The last thing I'm going to touch on is the son is misconstruing something that I said, and I don't appreciate it. After I said out loud in detail what we deemed the money to be used towards, I also said y'all can divvy it out how y'all feel necessary. Meaning, after the money hits, because it's a POS system, it don't hit the same day. Y'all can send it out through Apple Pay, through Zelle, through Cash App, through check, through cash, however y'all feel necessary to spread it amongst the team. I thought and I still think that that's a very clear statement, but it's being misconstrued, in my opinion, intentionally misconstrued, that I said and the mom and the son can say who get the money and who don't get the money.
So Keith Lee did tell her to distribute the money how she felt necessary.
I never said that. Regardless of what's going on behind the scenes, I felt on my heart to do what we did. So for the mom to go on the back end and disregard where my heart was at and what I felt like God was telling me to do in that moment and distribute the money how she felt necessary is 100% wrong in my opinion. I see the memes and I see the jokes, but I am not in the business of shutting businesses down. Her actions did not sit right with y'all and her customer base. That resulted in the situation that she in today. We just ate the food and left a tip. I pray in advance that everybody in the situation stays safe. That's my biggest concern. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. God bless you. Have an amazing day.
At the end of the day, this is not going to come without any problems. And that woman had a sense of community that gathered around her. And this really could have turned into a good thing. But, you know, unfortunately, she had an opportunity. This is what she chose to do with it. And, ma'am, these are your results. So, there that is. But may everybody else continue to be blessed and do not allow this. Just keep it moving as if it never happened. I mean, hey.